What's going on, guys? It's Buddha MFL, also known as Max Kamakura, back to y'all with another video. First, before we get started, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and turn notifications on. Let me know your opinions on the video after you finish watching the video, and all my social medias and links will be on the description box below. We stream every day except Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Twitch. That link will also be in the bio, and if you want to stay up to date with me on TikTok, that link will be in the bio. But let's get right into the video. So, as you know, we got my player news earlier this week. And one of the biggest things that they brought to us was something called cap breakers. Now, what cap breakers does is it actually allows you to add a +5 to a specific stat as long as your height requirement doesn't break past that threshold. And what that means is that, let's just say, for example, your height requirement, because of your height, you're only able to get your steal to an 89. You can't use your +5 on an 89 steal and turn it to a 94 because it's capped. But let's just say you made a build that could get up to 94 ball control, but you only set your build at the builder before you finish it to 89. You could then add the +5 to turn the 89 to 94 because that was available for you to do. So ideally, when you're in the builder, if it's not possible to get that stat to that ranking based off your height and wingspan, you cannot exceed it. The only way you could exceed those stats is during your takeover. Now, what I really wanted to talk about, and the reason why I have these two screenshots up, is because I wanted to talk about specifically how cap breakers could be used to exploit the badge system. Because for those people that don't know, with cap breakers specifically, you're actually able to unlock badges, signatures, and animations that would be restricted to certain ratings for certain attribute upgrades. So let's look at Ankle Assassin on the left as the first example. For you to get Ankle Assassin on Legend, you would need to have at least a 98 3 ball, basically a 99, right? This is one of the newer badges in the game. Both of these badges are new, by the way, and the only reason why I'm using these two specific badges, and I know they're dribbling badges, as the example, is because we haven't seen in any of the information they provided us so far another category or another badge that showed all 4 levels. And I'm specifically saying all 4 because we've seen some that showed 2 or 3, but not all 4. So, as someone, right, and granted, this is not something that everyone's going to be able to do. They said that cap breakers for the most part will be rewards throughout the game when it comes to events and stuff like that. So not every single person in the world will be able to capitalize on this. But let's just say you are one of those people and you know that you're going to be one of those people. This is how you could really exploit the system and ideally, in a sense, not only save attribute upgrades when you're making your player, but also get more badges than you should have without even leveraging the season +1 for badges, which is another topic we'll go into another day. So let's just say, for example, you're making your build, right? And you want to have a 98 ball handle so you can get Ankle Assassin on Legend, but it's so expensive. Like, let's just say, for example, your my player build right now is at a 92 at 90 ball handle. Let's just say right now at a 93 ball handle, your build is at 92. But as soon as you up it to 95 ball handle, your build is already at 98. So you went from a 92 overall to a 98 overall by just giving it 3 ticks. What you can do is just do math. If I'm able to get that +5, 5 + 3 is 8. Not only will I be unlocking Ankle Assassin on Hall of Fame, but I will also be unlocking Ankle Assassin on Legend because I put the +5 on my ball handle because, number 1, my build was able to get up to a 98 ball handle, and 2, I was able to apply that +5 to that category to make it, and I stuck with a 93. So you'll be going into the game with a 93 ball handle, right, after you upgrade your builds, and you'll be able to get gold Ankle Assassin. With the way the game is working with the +1 for tier 1 and tier 2 badges, you could probably already just make it Hall of Fame just off of having it at a 93. So no, regardless, as long as you're playing the game, you're always going to be able to have a Hall of Fame Ankle Assassin as long as you're able to get that badge to gold. Now, the beauty about this is because you technically don't unlock the Ankle Assassin on Hall of Fame and Legends by normal means, with that +5, you could get it outside of normal means. But Max, it sounds like you're saying a lot of nothing. This is what I really want y'all to think. Remember how I said imagine if, right? And we have to say imagine if because we're not in a scenario where we can actually test out the builder and see how this works. And this is why when you're making your My Player to start 2K25, it is very important on how you approach it. It is very important on how you approach it. If you feel like you're going to be confident enough to be able to get those +5 attributes, you want to build your build around those +5 attributes because there's 15 in total, right? There's 15 in total. So I don't know if they're doing it in sets of 5 or it's going to be +1, +1, +1. We don't know how they're going to distribute it yet. And if they said how they were going to distribute it, please let me know in the comment section below. Feel free to correct me on anything if you don't agree. What we could do now, let's just say right now, we have a 93 ball handle, we have gold ball handle, and our overall is a 92. Remember, we tried to put it to 95, we went from a 92 overall to a 98 overall. Those attribute points being spent to get that to a 95, we could put that in our shooting. We could put that in our passing. We could put that in our perimeter, our steal, our block, our rebounding, our stamina, our speed. It could basically, what I'm trying to say is it could actually go into another attribute and probably raise it up a good amount. So I think because of this method, we are going to see the return of true demigods. Like, you know how in 2K24 and 2K23, they said that, this is the demigod build. This is the demigod build. No. I think because of this method specifically, and because of the fact that we're also going to get that +1 for badges, tier 1 and tier 2 badges, we're going to see a lot of potential demigod builds. The +5 cap breaker on each attribute of your choosing, as long as it fit, as long as you're able to add that to that category on top of the +1 in tier 1 and tier 2 badges, where if, let's just say for example, your build only could get the badge at silver, you could actually make that badge be gold for the rest of the season because it goes 1 up. As long as you already max it out at silver, demigods are going to be back. This will literally shatter the game. And I think because of this +5, you got to think about it. You're getting an extra 15 attribute points. You're already at a 99. In Takeover, at least in 2K24, if you have Mamba Takeover, everything went up +10. So it's safe to assume if everything went up +10, you was at least over 100 overall. I do believe that with the +5, in any category you're choosing, plus the takeovers, which what we've seen in the examples they gave with the barbecue chicken, which is for post scores, it seems like if you get to level 5, we don't know what the ultimate tier skill is, but it seems like if you get it to +5, you're actually, not +5. If you're actually able to get your takeover level to level 5, everything goes up +7. So now let's just say, for example, you choose one of the dribbling takeovers. You have the 98. You have the 98 because of the, the +5. And now you're adding an additional 7, right? You're going to have a 105 ball handle. That's insane. That's insane, chat. So there's Ankle Assassin. Now let's go to Lightning Launch. Speed with ball. For you to have Legend Lightning Launch, you need a 94 speed with ball. Now, chat, what's 89 +5? It's 94. You're saving more attribute points. Because now if you just put, for speed with ball, for Lightning Launch or gold, you just need it at an 86. You put that bad boy to an 89, you get that +5, you get it on Hall of Fame, and you get it on Legend. And while you're trying to get it for Legend with the +5, you still have that +1 every season that you could apply to this, where if you're able to have this on gold, you'll automatically have it on Hall of Fame for the rest of the season. And you're probably thinking to yourself, well, Max, it's only one per tier for that season, and it resets. I understand that, but whatever, we don't know how the events are doing, but I'm assuming that the events that they do will give you a +1 if you rank on one of the higher sides of the tier. You could probably knock this out season 1, the Ankle Assassin season 1, and you could probably knock out Lightning Launch season 2. So now you wouldn't even have to use the +1 on neither of these because you'll have it on Legend for both. And you just do the same method for another badge. And then another badge. And then another badge. And another badge, another badge. You see where I'm getting? So like by the time you're like season 6, season 7, you're gonna have a build that cannot be made off of typical means in the builder. I mean, granted, after having at least one +5, you're gonna have a builder that cannot be made in the builder. But it's gonna break the game, but in a good way. That's what I gotta say, in a good way. Obviously, the more skilled players will be able to leverage this to extreme. All I gotta say, and I want you to look at me in the eyes, when you're making that builder on September 4th, September 3rd, if you're flying into New Zealand like me, please keep in mind and factor in that +5. And also keep in mind and factor in that +1 you get for each tier. Other than that, this has been Buddha MFL, aka Max Kamakura, with another video. If you love this video, leave a like. Comment down below, how do you feel about the +1 for the badges as well as the +5 for the attributes? Do you think it's going to break the game in a good way, or do you think it's going to break the game in a bad way? All the links you need to get access to me is in the bio. We stream daily Monday through Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern. I love y'all. Stay blessed, stay safe, and see y'all in the next video.